Special shout out to an anonymous executive producer for sponsoring this reaction. Anonymous or not, appreciated nonetheless. Thank you again for sponsoring this reaction.
Yo, welcome back to another EP sponsored reaction. This one right here is for you. Season 1, episode number 2.
And you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, man. Hit the notification bell. Tell a friend, tell all their friends, man. It's for the algorithm. We over here watching you.
Shout out to the anonymous EP who sponsored this reaction. It's been 2 years since we've watched the first episode. I actually rewatched it just so I'd be kind of like up to speed a little bit.
2 years ago, huh?
2 years ago. And I voted in rotation. What we doing?
Like we never left.
Yeah. But no, appreciate the EP for sponsoring this. This is definitely a show that's on my radar as far as wanting to be able to see it all the way through. So hopefully now that we're getting an official sponsorship of it, it can be added to the Pulse test, which makes it a bigger candidate of getting into rotation. So very excited about that. Let's get into the next episode right now.
This calls me back. You're Joe
Goldberg. A guy needs to protect himself. And your name was a goose.
Accident.
No, on purpose.
Well, he didn't know he was telling the truth.
No, he did it on purpose.
Oh, man. I was just testing out a theory. Alright, that was episode 2 of You. And what an interesting development, man. They add some layers on here in this episode 2 right here. It's not going to be a straightforward psycho stalking girl and then, just doing psycho things, right? They added some elements on here that I'm interested in. But not so much now that they killed Benji. I thought keeping Benji alive was going to add some elements to it to help him out. But, now that he's gone, we can still add those same elements because now it looks like he knows enough to be like, look out for those signs if Beck starts doing what she does. And so maybe there's something to it on there. Where do we go from here, though, in this episode 2? You got rid of Benji. Now who is he going to have to talk to other than all her other friends that he's probably going to mess with, psychically, here and there. But I thought it was very interesting to see how Beck was like not just a innocent victim in this whole thing, right? She is kind of like toying with people too as well because of her fakeness of being trying to fit in. And so it's going to be very interesting back and forth of who you root for. And so at the end of the day, though, we do have a psychopath on our hands.
I was like, I think it's pretty clear,
yeah.
regardless if she's figured
we have
out.
a psychopath here on our hands, and so you don't have to root for him, but they are going to try to make us feel sorry for him a little bit, flashing back to him as a kid, getting abused, as most of them do, and so it's just going to make for a good, interesting talk show and conversation starter, and just like that shit crazy type of thing. And so I'm here for it. So thank you again for picking it. Let's see episode 3, man.
Shout out to the anonymous EP for sponsoring this reaction. This has been on my radar forever, so it's very intriguing. It's like the serial killer type vibe. He wasn't supposed to be a serial killer, but he absolutely killed Benji. So maybe it's escalating, and he's now has even more invested in Beck, and so is going to shut shit down that gets in the way of it. But clearly, he's gotten out of the friend zone. He got kissed, so that alleviates that. But obviously, there's a lot of elements in play that could, force him to make other rash decisions. So I'm curious to see how it plays out, but it's not what I thought the show was going to be. I think, to your point, there's layers to it, and I think that's interesting because it's not just point blank, you hate Joe, and you empathize with Beck. So I find the aspect that they introduced that in this episode interesting, although clearly getting stalked regardless of what type of person you are, isn't that okay? And he's like all up in her shit.
Yeah.
So that's problematic. So very curious to see how this progresses, especially knowing that this series has multiple seasons. Like, how do you keep it going? How do you keep going beyond like a one season kind of situation? So excuse me, appreciate the Anonymous EP for sponsoring this. This is something I would like to get to explore more consistently to see how it all plays out. But thanks again to the Anonymous EP.
Yeah. All right, well, look, thank you guys again for watching another EP sponsor reaction for you. Season 1, episode number 2, and until 2026.
Shut up.